Hey everyone, welcome back to the Shadowed Path. I know it's been a while since I have played. This is, I believe, episode 7. My name is Nors. I am your player, your GM. This is my campaign of the One Ring 2E solo. So Lord of the Rings role-playing game, and it's Strider mode. As you can see, my setup is a little different today. I've got a different tabletop for my map. This is Shard. I also have a different map. This is the GM map. It just is going to make it a little easier for me to show you what's going on and where I am and the dangers that I am encountering and all those things. I also have decided to use... PDFs of everything, so you're going to see what I'm going to see, and I'm not going to be looking at my book as much. Here's my character sheet and all that stuff. I will likely end up pausing it often to look at things and then pausing my recording, because I don't do this live. I just record stuff and then I pause it and then I hop over and look at some rules or some lore that I need to figure out, so that you're not just sitting around watching me read, but rather telling you the story of Adir, son of Onar. You know, Adir, I realized I rewatched the first season of The Rings of Power, and I realized that Adir is like extremely similar to the bad guy, like first orc guy, who's Adar, and I probably thought of Adir. I remember looking at the dwarf names and of like common names and things like that when I made Adir, son of Onar, and was like, oh, that sounds very similar to some of the other names in the book. But I think I was also influenced a little bit by the show, and for some reason picked a very similar name. But that's okay. People can have similar names, right? So here we are in Eriador, down near the Edenwaith. Last I played, we left off as Adir, son of Onar, was right on the river and on the brink of Lond Daer, and was about to go try to get across the river. Now, I've been doing some reading. And Adir, son of Onar's quest at the moment. This is another thing that's nice. I can actually have like some notes here. Wait, there we go. Edit, that I can just keep everything in one place. So Adir's overall quest right now is to seek Saruman's aid in identifying the nameless thing in the dwarf mine in the west. It was a really, really nasty thing that was like part person, part slug, giant, reeked of death, and created a cold aura around it. Anyways, it wasn't good, and Balin has asked Adir to seek the White Council's aid in identifying or finding out what weakness this thing may have. But I digress. The initial problem for Adir is that he's come to Lond Daer, and he's come to the river, and Lond Daer was once a Númenórean city when the Númenóreans came to, before the destruction of Númenor and the fall of Númenor. But even Isildur and Elendil came to Lond Daer after Númenor fell, is what I read, and created this city. And it was a southern port, obviously not so south as the Southlands, but very far away, as you can see from Harland and Forland. Like, it's very far south comparatively. And back then, it was known as a place of the Numenorians, but also of stargazers and sorcery. And some of the remnants of that still exist today. The ruins are there, but it's also home to a new people who, within the last 10 years, have established a town on the hill. Now, if we look here, we can see the hill right here, some of the ruins here, but also on the west side of the river, these 5 towers that used to be used for stargazing, which is pretty cool. They are mostly filled in with silt and whatnot, and few people go here because it is not where the town is. The town is mostly on this hill. I know it looks right here like it's mostly ruins, but I think the town is both in the city wall, but also like outside a little bit, because there are fishermen, and most of the food that comes from the Queen's Hall and the Lond Daer in general is fish. There's the sound of wrong one. There's the sound of seagulls and seabirds, the smell of salt, and sort of like that decaying seaweed, as this is so close to the outlet that goes into the sea, that Adir, as he's traversing this area, he comes out of the forest here, and I think he comes to the banks where these, right over here, because he's sort of like off trail, right? He comes through this forest onto the sand banks and sand dunes to see these huge towers reaching up. They're broken and gnarled, like the fingers of a hand that have been like slowly broken away, rising out of the ground. Now, the first question I have to ask is there someone near enough this bank to see, or for Adir to shout at? So I'm going to say that this is doubtful. Just seems really unlikely. I'm still rolling physical die. I don't have the dice in. This is Shard Tabletop, and it's exclusively for 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons. But I like the interface, and I like that I can take notes in it, so I'm going to use it for my map. So we're going to say it's doubtful. So on an 8 or greater, it's a yes result. Maybe someday I'll get a camera so that I can point it at my little dice tray here so that you can all see my rolls. That's a 9. So there is indeed someone maybe fishing in the river on a boat who is near enough for Adir to wave down. I was curious, as Adir sort of goes through these ruins, what he might have like experienced or seen, or what he encounters. And I think as he goes, like, most of these ruins are covered in silt from the river, right? And it is, so old that no one really remembers the name. I do, as a person, because I just read it. But Adir doesn't know the history of this place. Yet when I rolled aspect and focus for what he sees in this town or in these ruins, I rolled veiled love, which I think is really interesting in the sense that it's so not an encounter, right? I don't have to be like, oh, there's monsters here. Rather, he takes time as he goes. He has a keen eye as a dwarf, right, for the workmanship and of the craftsmanship of buildings, of stonework. And even though these towers are falling down and falling apart and being consumed by the silt and the river, and maybe even some of the homes are have toppled into the river and whatnot, he can see that the craftsmanship of these buildings and stonework is beyond what humans in the current age are capable of. And he notes that these towers were built by hands and by those who had skill in the craft. He comes to the shore, and there is a boat out, like a fishing boat, out in the waters there, and he. Oh, I wonder. Do I have a like an instrument or anything? I'd say he could play. I don't think I do. Useful song, walking song, eye awareness 4. Where's my useful items? Oh, here. Oh, I have dwarven flute. I have a flute. I can totally flute it up. He's gonna play a song to try to get these people's attention. So I have 2 in song. It's also I'm also favored in it. 2 in song, and I get an extra die with my flute to see if I can nab these people's attention. Okay, 12 or better. Oh no, not great. Oh, I think I might have failed actually. Yeah, because I rolled an Eye of Sauron on one of my feat die and a 3 on the other. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, 9? 10, 11. Yeah, I did succeed, just barely. Good thing I had the advantage, basically. And I also got a 6 on one of my success die, so I get to spend that on something. Okay, I can spend it on gain additional information, not necessarily related to the task at hand. I could go quietly. Obviously, I don't want to go quietly. I'm trying to get their attention. I could make haste. I could widen influence. Build advantage, carry it forward, or cancel a failure. I think I'm going to gain insight, and I'm going to make a roll on the telling table or the lore table, and try to gauge what type, what's the vibe of these people. Like, I'm going for vibes here. Because I want to get their attention. Adir wants to get their attention to try to get a ride across the river, but he also is weary of them. So I'm going to roll, let's see. Oh, I should do action. Like, what do they do? And maybe their aspect. So white, I have both the white die and the black die. So I'm going to say white is action and black is aspect. Okay. Oh my gosh. I rolled both are Eyes of Sauron on the feat die. I've already rolled 3 Eyes of Sauron, and I've been recording this for 15 minutes. That's not a good sign. Oh my gosh. It feels like the Eye of Sauron is looking at me for real. All right. So Eye of Sauron and 2. So oh my god. It says attack. I rolled attack for the action. No, that's so frustrating. And then I got their attention, but it's not good attention. And then let's see, for the aspect, I got ruined. Oh no. All right, hang on, I gotta think. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is what happens. I'm gonna ignore the ruined part. So the attack, though, makes sense to me. So this is not something that Adir knows, but I know that the Queen of Lond Daer now was crowned 10 years ago, or thereabouts. And she was crowned this due to the fact that she slayed a sea monster that had been preying on fishermen and the people of Lond Daer. She swam into its nest and killed it with an old spear she had found in the ruins that was built in Numenor, forged in Numenor. And she's a great warrior. Now, this boat is sort of in this deeper spot. I imagine that Adir goes to the edge. He's like, hey, hey, and they don't hear him. So he takes out his flute and like starts playing. I don't know. I'm not a flute player. Sorry. No, I don't think it'd be a nice. It wouldn't be like a friendly tone. But he's like trying to get their attention, and they see him. But just as they're pulling up their nets and fishing, and there's fish coming into the thing, like he can see it's not so far away, maybe some 100 paces off the shore of the southern side. I think suddenly the boat rocks horribly, and there's, let's see, I'm going to roll a d6 to see how many people are in this boat. There are 4 people in the boat. I got to write this down or I'm going to forget it. They are, attacked by the sea monster. The sea monster, or the boat rocks horribly. I'm going to roll, the question I'm going to pose here is not fortune. Telling table, here we go. The question is, does one of the people fall into the oh no, fall into the water? I'm going to say likely. So 4 or greater. It's always no with an extreme result or twist. I got another Eye of Sauron. I can't believe it. This is crazy. I've rolled 4 Eyes of Sauron. My timer right now on this recording is just passing 18 minutes, and I've rolled 4 Eyes of Sauron. Okay. I got to get new dice. Okay. So my question was, does someone fall into the thing? And the response was no. But it's with an extreme result or twist. And this is like clearly a bad omen, right? I got another Eye of Sauron. And as the boat rocks, I think a person like falls, like gets stuck on like the railing, and a tentacled arm comes up, wraps around them, and pulls them. They're like trying to hold on to this like the bar, like no, and it pulls them underneath the water. The other fishermen begin like trying to get back. They get to the oars. Each of them, it's like, grab the oars, and start paddling away as fast as they possibly can. They shoot a scared look back at Adir as though he's connected to this creature. And I think it's not too far of a stretch to say, oh no, that like they think he called this thing. They're like, there's a sorcerer on the other side of the river who can command this sea monster and called it to attack them. This is the best game. I love the One Ring solo. It's so funny and so well put together. Sean Tompkin is a genius. Wow. Okay. So that's what happened. Adir is left on the bank of of the ruin, looking out, going, "No, wait, oh gosh." He turns away and he goes, "Oh, perhaps," and he thinks to himself, "Perhaps it'd be best if I go around this town. Could I find some other way? I suppose I could travel up to Tharbad, but I was hoping to cross here and find some comfort at Lond Daer. But now no one's going to give him a ride across. So I think what he needs to do is try to figure out how to make something of a raft, because he's not going to swim the distance. It's much too far. I mean, these are towers, that people can fit inside. But then again, that sea monster isn't great. And what kind of reception would he get if he stayed here, or if he got across? But maybe he could convince them and help them. As it's clear that this sea monster is not going to leave them alone. So he's going to start trying to put like a raft together. Now, my craft is not bad. I get 2 dice. I do have an axe, and I suppose Elven Cloak. So let's see here. I'm going to look up some rules real quick. Okay, I'm going to make this a little easy on myself because I can. But he needs to find the stuff. So he needs to identify it. He needs to find it, identify it, and craft it. Okay? So I'm going to say I'm going to roll an explore. I'm going to roll a scan, and I'm going to roll a craft roll. And I need, out of those 3 rolls, I need, say, 6 successes in order to find this stuff, in order to build a raft. And it's going to take me maybe 2 days. So the first one is going to be explore. Here we go. That's not going to cut it. I did not get a success out of that. Damn. Okay. No successes. Okay, and then my scan is a little bit... My scan's a little better. Let's see. Oh my god, I already failed. There's nothing I can do. I can't do it. All right, it's not meant to be for Adir to get across this river. Not here. He goes back into the woods. He looks around, but he doesn't have any rope. He's unable to find the logs and whatnot. And he realizes that the only way he could get across the river, he thinks, is to head up north toward Tharbad, and then take the north-south road down toward Gondor and Isengard. So that's what he's going to do. He spends the night in the woods, and the next day with his pony, which still doesn't have a name, with his horse, which still doesn't have a name. If anyone wants to name it, leave a comment. And then he heads north from here. So we're back into the journey phase. All right, the first thing I'm going to do is set the journey path. Let's use a dark green. So we're going to go like this. We're just going to mirror the river all the way to Tharbad. Wow, that's pretty far. Okay, because each hex is 1 day of travel. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's almost 2 weeks. Oh, this is slowing me down so much. But there's nothing else for it. I can't get across. There's no way. Yeah, okay. So it is autumn. Yes, it's autumn still. Let's just make a note about that. A sailor or a fisher, fisher, oh my gosh, what is going on with my typing? Weird. Fisherman gets dragged below the sea, the water. The rest flee, thinking Adir summoned the monster. Great. And then it is autumn. Just changes the way that my journey rules work slightly. There we go. Okay. Setting resistance. Oh, that's councils. Journeys. Journey rolls. So I need to roll my travel roll first. Make marching rolls. Here we go. My travel is very good. So I've got 3, and then I am favored. All right, here we go. Okay. I needed to get a... Oh God, I think I failed. 6, no, 9. Oh no, I succeeded. But I got no other successes, and so that's just 2 hexes before I face an encounter. We go here. Nope. Here. Journey event. Okay, journey events. Terrible fortune. Terrible misfortune. Ah, yes. Okay. And then solo journey. Here we go. I need to roll. Ooh, I'm still... Oh, man. All right, I'm still in the dark land. Right? Dark land. Yes, I'm still in the dark land. So that means I roll 2 and take the lower. That's an Eye of Sauron. Wow. Okay. So since I rolled an Eye of Sauron, I get another Eye Awareness is up to 5 now. That's not great. Yeah. Okay, and now I need to roll on Terrible Misfortune. So, fun. Here we go. No, event detail. Oh, here we go. Terrible Misfortune. A D6. Let's roll a white one just to try to... here we go. Terrible misfortune, noteworthy encounter, dire confrontation. Oh, man. Okay. Event. Hang on a second. Okay. So I'll roll the event for the white die is event and the dark die is outcome. Oh, gosh. Okay. 3 violent weather. And 1 noteworthy encounter. Now I don't think I'm supposed to really roll 2. I think they're supposed to sort of connect to each other. Yeah, they are supposed to connect to each other actually. So violent weather would be the event. And I need to roll an explore to find shelter. And I get 3 fatigue regardless. Great. So I'm up to 13. No, I'm up to 12. That's not great. And then, oops, I need to do an explore roll. Okay, my explore is merely passable. Do I have? No. Damn. Okay. Do I use? The question is, do I use a hope die? Yeah, I think I got to try to survive this. Otherwise I'm wounded. All right, here we go. I'm using a hope die to gain 1 success die. And can I find shelter? I think I do. Yeah, 8. Oh, plenty. And I got a special success. So that's exciting. Let's just close some of these. This just gets overwhelming. The tables, special success. Here we go. Widen influence, make haste. Go quietly, build, cancel a failure. You gain additional info not necessarily related to the task at hand. Widen influence. I think make haste. I'm going to make haste, and I'm going to say because of that, I get 1 hex further just for that deal. I think that's totally fair, but dang, is that not great? Okay, so the next day, or the next journey roll, so I get, so explore, I get 3 dice, and it's favored. Oh gosh, that's so bad. Okay. I needed what? What do I need? I think at 12. I definitely make it, and I get an extra. So I get 2 hexes. Oh, 4 hexes, because I got 2 successes. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's looking a little better here before I have to face my event. A 5. Oh, a 5 on the event. Solo journey event. A 5 is a mishap. I gain 2 fatigue regardless. Man, fatigue just adds up so fast. Oh, whoops. Should be at 14 now. Oh, weird. Okay. And if the roll fails, add 1 to the length of the journey 1 day and gain 1 additional. Okay, so it's a mishap. Let's see here. Mishap. Here we go. 5 again. Rough terrain. Explore to traverse safely. All right. I'm going to just do a normal roll this time. I don't want to spend another thing. So I got a cocked die. Ooh, I succeed. Awesome. All right, so I'm able to navigate these areas safely. I feel like maybe the plains and the river. The river has washed out some places and made it difficult to travel. And I imagine that I'm sort of skirting the river even, and being around there. And I'm able to, or Adir is able to traverse safely. What type of things would I have encountered? That's the question. Let's just ask. Like, what's the aspect of this thing? 3 and 3? Dreadful. Oh, jeez. With the weather, yeah. The weather has made the ground really soggy. Just terribly unpleasant to be traveling in such weather. My horse is like so sad. All right, we're gonna do another travel check to see how far I get. Got another cocked die. All right, 10. Okay, I definitely succeeded, so I still get, it's still 3, 1, 2, and 3 hexes before my next event. And event 6, okay. I wonder what that means. Journey events. A 6. Oh, another mishap. Oh wait, I rolled the wrong type of dice. Gandalf rune. If the roll succeeds, regain 1 hope. Okay, so a joyful sight. Hey, things are looking up, y'all. Let's see. Joyful sight. 1d6 to see what it is. A 1. Majestic creatures. Hunting to observe without startling them. Oh, that's cool. Okay. How's my hunting? It's not good, but since there's no drawback, I'm not going to spend a hope, because the best that happens is I gain a hope back, so it's basically a bonus. Let's see. Let's go aspect to see what kind of creatures. Well, first let's roll. So I need to beat like a 12. It's pretty unlikely. Yeah, I need to beat a 12 with my hunting. Oh my gosh, I do. I did it. Yeah. And I got an extra success on the 6. So that's sweet. Special success table. So not only do I get a hope point back, which is awesome, I see some cool animals and I don't startle them away. So let's see, and gain insight, go quietly, make haste, widen influence. Build. I think I will go quietly. Or gain insight. So let's see, what type of animals are these? Let's go back to the lore table and find out. 10 and 6. Young. Okay, they're young. And what's the focus? 3 and 4. Young followers. Not olifants. That'd be too crazy. But maybe some other type of animal. Funny cow? No. I always felt like dwarves had an affinity with like wild boar. And maybe that's it. These like sort of rough and tumble boars, and there's like the followers and young makes me think that it's like a mama boar and and her little piglets, and they're just really cute. Yeah, remember how beautiful Lord of the Rings is, right? Like has a lot of descriptions of like beautiful nature and stuff like that. And maybe this wild boar in this here is just like a moment for Adir to be like, there is stuff worth, protecting and whatnot. Okay, so that means do I even take a? I don't remember. Do I take a? No, I don't take fatigue. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, another journey roll or travel roll for my journey. And 6, 10, 12. Okay, 13. I think I succeed. Just. But I still only make it to rate. Oh wait. On a failure, I would go 2. So I think I'll say I get one more event before I make it to Tharbad. I got a 6 on the event. Solo event. 6 mishap. Again, 2 more fatigue. Yikes. That's a lot. So I'm up to, oh my gosh. 16. My fatigue is not great. And I gotta go to the mishap table. Here we go. A 1. Sparse wildlife, hunting to forage what you can. Oh man. Alright. And what is it? If I fail, I add 1 day and gain an extra fatigue. Alright, well, that's not the worst. I don't fail. I actually succeed, and are able to scrounge some berries that are pretty good and some nuts. And then I make it to Tharbad. And come here, Tharbad. Boom. That's Tharbad. I think I come up probably... Oh, here we go. I come this right here. This is where I come from. Up this road, perhaps. Or I find this road eventually and come this direction. Now, Tharbad is a bigger deal. And a big city. Wow, okay. Oh, dang. Dang it, I still am going to have to figure out how to get across. The bridge is broken. Look at that. And the ruins are... okay. I'm going to have to do some reading on Tharbad, but let's just get like a vibe real quick about what's going on here. Like, what is... Like, I love the lore table. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is do an action and see what is going on. Like, this is a question of like what is happening right now in Tharbad, as Adir arrives. 9-5. All right, let's see. So the action. Let me write this down real quick. All right, 9-5. The action. Surround. Interesting. All right. Surround what? Action, aspect, and focus. All right. Now, white is aspect and black is focus. 1-2 for aspect. 1-2 ancient. Interesting. Surround ancient and focus 10-5. 10-5. Wretched. No. Wilds. Ooh. Interesting. All right. So we've got what is happening in Tharbad as Adir arrives. Action. Surround, aspect, ancient, and focus, wilds. Surround ancient wilds. That is interesting. That's very interesting. I'm gonna have to think on this. So I'm not sure exactly what those prompts meant yet, but I did find this Captain's Gurno's rules, and one of them is tolls must be paid by peddlers, merchants, tinkersmiths, treasure hunters, knight errants, messengers, and all other strangers. So I think it's not so unlikely that as Adir comes to the gates and to this little bridge here, there are guards that block the way. Maybe like some makeshift barrier that has been like hastily constructed, none too sturdy. And the guards, human all, hold up their hands and they go, "Halt, stranger! Where do you come from and whither do you go? You have come to Tharbad. If you seek our hospitality, like all who come here, must pay the tolls to partake in our what is it? Partake in our hospitality." There we go. "My name is Adir, son of Onar," says Adir. "I have come from the misty I am emissary of King Dain under the mountain in the north of Wilderland, and hitherto came from Balin, son of Fundin, from the west, and am on urgent errand to seek aid from the White Council and the White Wizard himself, Saruman the Wise." And that's a lot of name dropping. These guards, I think, let's see here. Let's do some courtesy to see if they go for that. I am favored. I do get, okay. I get pretty good. "I come seeking aid and your assistance in an urgent matter that cannot wait. Please, let me pass unhindered and yeah. And you should be in the good graces of all wise and good who tread this land." I think the guards are maybe indulgent, but they say, "We know not this Dain under the mountain, and have never heard of his kingdom, nor his authority." Who's the... Captain... Lord Gurnau's the leader here, and he sets the terms, and he says by law, all strangers, merchants, whatnot, must pay the tolls. It's the way that we are to rebuild the city, and like as not, you have seen that we dearly need it. The whole place is sort of fallen apart. As you can see, it's pretty derelict. And I think Adir sort of side eyes any of the work that they have done. And let's see, is there like insight of some sort? Scan in heart and travel insight. I'm just gonna roll some insight to see how much this guy actually believes this. I fail it, so that doesn't even matter. And Adir says, if treasure is, if gold is all you need and not a work in hand, then I can give it. But my people are skilled with stonework and are great craftsmen. If you would like aid on this endeavor to restore this once great city, I can... Oh my gosh, I've been miserable this whole time. I didn't even notice. Oh no, that's embarrassing. I shouldn't... Okay, we're not going to backtrack now. Wait, miserable? What? How do you become miserable again? Hang on. Oh no, I wasn't miserable. I just forgot to unclick the little button. So that's good. Because I had to convert one of my shadow to a shadow scar at one point. Yeah. Yep. Okay. I think, let's see here. Persuade. Oh, this is bad though. I'm bad at persuading. So he's going to try to persuade them. He got a 10, which isn't going to cut it. I needed the Gandalf rune. So he offers them like the help of dwarves in the future, and the guards say, hands of dwarves may be skilled in stonework, but until they're here, we cannot take your offer up. You must pay the toll. And so I think he's going to pay the toll, and the toll will be, say, 5 treasure points. 10 treasure points, I think. Actually, it makes more sense. So that's unfortunate. Down to 77. I've been losing treasure points, not gaining treasure points through this whole ordeal. And he's let in, and the gods say, please respect our customs and our laws. There's no fording the river for reasons of public safety. Okay. No wasting food or firewood either, and no sharing of either also. The king's law holds, and his justice will be put upon you if you disobey. Yeah. Oh, man. Okay, so he's not allowed to cross the river. Adir, son of Onar, enters Tharbad. Most of the buildings are broken. This looks like a little uphill spot right here. So he can go sort of up this to these, to like, oh no, this is the wall. These are walls. Okay, so he goes in between here, and then there's this wall there. That's cool. And he goes into the city proper, and he's got to try to find a way to get across the river, which is ironic because he's not allowed to. So that is where we're going to pick up next time, in Tharbad. And he's still trying to get across this frickin' river because he really, really struck out at Lond Daer. And that's really unfortunate. But maybe he also needs to rest a bit, though time is of the essence. So anyways, thanks for joining me on the Shadowed Path and Adir, son of Onar. It was a lot of fun. This is just the best solo role-playing experience I can think of. I just find it the easiest to play, and it's so intuitive, and it's just super well done. Highly recommend trying it out. Let's see. My name is Nors. You can find me on Ko-fi, which I'll link in the description of this video. If you want to support me and help me out, if you want to play, I run games of 5th edition of Tales of the Valiant, which is like a D&D alternate on Start Playing. It is a paid game, sorry. It's basically a way for me to try to support my own hobbies. I'm sure you understand. And you could also support me on Coffee directly. And what else? This is Shard Tabletop. I will put a link in the description to this tabletop. It is the best tabletop for 5th edition role-playing. There's no doubt about that. So if you're interested in that, go for it. And yeah, all right. That's been it for me. Thank you for joining, and we'll catch you next time.